right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the elect, those that are fighting to endure to the end, and that are calling on the names of the Father, the Heavenly Father, and the name of the only begotten Son, in all truth and sincerity, which are Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, meaning He is. Wah, meaning and. Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. Shalom. All right? And today we're going to go into protecting your peace of mind with this truth. Protect your peace of mind with this truth, okay? Because as we see already in this so-called new year, you seeing things happen that's causing people to lose it, okay? From whether it's the incident that took place in New Orleans to now what's happening over there in California, these things right here are meant to give us, those of us that are the truth, you know, are meant to give us, you know, faith. This is a faith booster, okay? But to those that don't understand, they're going to lose their mind, okay? They're going to lose their mind, and it's only going to get worse going forward, all right? So we see what's going on, and it just gives us all the more confidence in what we're doing, man, okay? So we got to keep our peace of mind, especially in the times that we're getting ready to go into. So we're going to open up in the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 6. This is the This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 6. It reads, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure." Right. So while people are bugging out and losing it, we're going to keep our peace of mind. Why? Because we're going to stay in this truth, okay? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Keeping your peace of mind, a sound mind, all right? In a time where everything seems to be going chaos and going chaotic, we're going to be cool as a cucumber, all right? And these people that just go by their day thinking that this will never happen to them, because I'm pretty sure over there in California, before those fires started to happen, they thought nothing like that would happen to them, okay? Just like those people in New Orleans, Bourbon Street, that was out and about, having a good time, bringing in the New Year's, they thought nothing like that would never happen to them, okay? But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, judgment comes, okay? So we got to have a good clarity and a good peace of mind and a sound mind in the times that we are coming into. So what? We got to stay in this truth, all right? Let's go to 1 Peter. Let's go to 1 Peter 1 and verse 13. This is 1 Peter 1 and 13. It reads, "Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach." All right? So we got to be sober, man. We got to gird up the loins of our mind. All right? When we go into that word gird, let's look at that word in the Greek. Give me 1 second to pull that word up in the Greek. First Peter 1 and 13. Gird up the loins of your heart. All right? Let's go there and read the word gird in the Greek, which is The Greek word 328.
Strong's G 328. Anatzonomy. Anatzonomy.
And the word is anazonomy, okay? And it's a metaphor for be prepared, okay? So gird up the loins of your heart, your mind. Be prepared, okay? Because judgment is going to come close to you, all right? But it will not touch you, okay? We got to have that understanding. Judgment is going to be on the left side of you, on the right side of you. It's going to be all around you, okay? But you got to be girded up in your heart, in your mind. You got to be girded up in your loin. You got to be prepared. It says what else? It says a metaphor derived from the practice of the Orientals, who, in order to be unimpeded in their movements, were accustomed, when starting a journey or engaging in any work, to bind their long flowing garments closely around their bodies and fasten them with a leather belt. So they would take their garments and they would wrap it around their body and fasten it with a belt so that the garments wouldn't impede their progress, okay? The same way with this truth. We got to take this truth and wrap it around our heart, man. Okay, so that we don't impede our progress by moving forward, by stumbling and tripping over, by not knowing what's going on in the world. Because why? We don't have the measure and stick to measure. Because why? We're not keeping the law, statute, commandments. We're not reading. We're not measuring the times diligently. So we got to wrap. We got to gird the loins of our heart, of our mind. Okay, with this truth. All right. We got to gird. We got to gird our. What does it say? It says, "Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind." So we got to gird up the loins of our mind. All right. It's truth. Okay, we got to wrap this truth around our mind, our heart. All right. Because a lot of people are gonna get judged, man. Okay, and some close and near to you. All right. So you got to be safe. You got to be sober-minded, man. It says what else? It says, "Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober." Okay. You can't be sober. You can't be sober if you're constantly involved in worldly things. All right. You got to stay sober-minded. By what? Constantly meditating on this truth. Okay. That's the only way you're going to stay sober and continue to be sober, is you constantly meditate in this truth. All right. It says, 1 Peter 1:13, "Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace." It says, "and hope." So we got to hope, man. This isn't given to us, okay? This is a race, all right? We got to endure it to the end, man, okay? We got to hope. We don't know who we are. We don't know if we are granted that salvation. We got to hope. This is what's keeping us hope. This is what's keeping us hoping, as we're serving this word in all truth and sincerity, with fear and trembling. Okay. Nobody is guaranteed salvation or deliverance just because you're an Israelite. Now, it is because you're an Israelite, but on this side, you're not guaranteed salvation unless you are of the elect. So you got to hope you make that number, okay? You got to hope Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai calls your number, all right? And you answer. You got to hope Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai calls your number and you answer. Because a lot of people, he's been calling the number and they ain't been answering. They ain't been picking up, okay? So guess what? That number that they call, that number that they see, that they hit *69 to call back, when all hell breaks loose, guess what? It's going to say, this number is no longer in service, man. Okay? So we're not guaranteed anything. We got to hope, man. We got to move with that level of humility and that level of sincerity and that level of fear, okay? We got to move with fear and trembling, because this is a guarantee to us, man. All right? We got to work for this. So it says 1 Peter 1 and 13, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. That's when you're going to know, okay? That's when you're going to know well, everything you've been doing is going to pay off. When the revelation of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach comes back and he cracks open those clouds and the chariots come at the same time as the missiles are destroying this place, that's going to be revealed whether or not you've been chosen to be what? Part of the elect, okay? You're going to receive salvation through what? Yahweh Shai and the chariots, man, okay? So we got to hope all the way up until there, man. There's no taking a day off where you don't have to think that you got it and you ain't got to do anything else. No, you got to keep your what? You got to keep your loins girded up. You got to keep your mind girded up. It says, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, okay? So you got to keep the loins of your mind girded up, all right? Matter of fact, while we're talking about it, let's look up that word loin.
Strong's G 3751. Asphus. Asphus.
All right, that's the Greek word G 3751. Asphus. And some of the outline biblical usage for this word is the hip, the loin area, to gird about the loins, a loin, the place where the Hebrews thought the generative power reside, okay? And it says in parentheses semen, so you got to gird up your loins, man. You got to protect that. You got to protect that which is value, man. You got to stay sober, okay? So you got to gird up your loins. And what else does it say? It says, gird up the loins of your mind. That's your pineal gland, man. Okay? A lot of people gonna be bugging out, man. They ain't gonna be able to handle this. Okay? They're not gonna be able to handle the judgments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right? That's why we're working out our salvation right now. We're working out our salvation with fear and trembling. So it says, the second part of that verse 13, it says that in hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. You see? So this is all about hope, man. Okay? And it says in the book of Mark, the 13th chapter, in the 13th verse, because one thing you have to understand, nothing is given to you in this truth. You have to work for it, okay? And this is the book of Mark. (13) and verse 13. You got to work for it. You got to face the elements. You got to come out and preach His word, man. If it's bearable, okay? It's windy out here. It's not too cold, but it's bearable. So you got to come out here and do the work, man. There's no excuse. This is Mark 13 and 13. It reads, red letters, Yahweh Shai, who the world eagerly calls Jesus. It says, Yahweh Shai says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So you got to hope all the way to the end. You got to hope you of that number, okay? You got to hope you are Israelite, all right? You got to hope you're going to receive salvation. You don't just get it just because. You got to hope for it, man, okay? So gird up the loins of your mind, all right? And this truth, okay, that's a great indicator. that you're in prime position to receive the revelation of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Okay? This is the book of let's go to 2nd Ezra and the Apocrypha. Because things are really gonna get, turned up, man. Okay? Things are really gonna get turned up. And if you don't have an idea or a clue of what's going on, then guess what? You're gonna be left behind, man. All right? Let's go to 2nd Ezra 16 in the Apocrypha. You can also find that in the King James 1611 Bible. This is 2nd Ezra 16, and let's start at verses 71. Okay? 2nd Ezra 16, 71 reads what? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Verse 72, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen. Okay? So we're going to have to go through adversities as well, man. Okay? We're going to have to go through adversities as well, man. All right? It says 73, 2nd Ezra 16 and 73. It reads, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. All right? The elect are going to be tried. Like you try gold to get all the impurities out, the elect is going to be tried too. All right? Because you got those individuals out there in Calabasas and the what part of California is that? The Palisades. You got Israelites out there that's losing their houses, okay, to the fire. You got Israelites out there that's going without things, but they're not going for it, and they're not losing it for the right purpose, okay? They're just losing it just in vain, all right? They have no idea of why those fires are being started or what's the purpose of those fires, okay? Just like you had Israelites out there in Bourbon Street, New Orleans, that got, bowled over, ran over, all right? But they don't understand the reason, okay? Those of us in the truth, we understand the reason, all right? That's what's separating us from those that don't, the 2/3, all right? The 1/3 is going to be what? Brought through the fire and tried as gold. Whereas the 2/3, they're going to just be left here to perish, okay? Whatever cruel judgment that the Most High sees fit for them, all right? So it says, verse 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. All right? You're going to know, okay? You're going to know whether or not you've been serving Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah in all truth and sincerity in that day. Okay? Because why? The Most High is going to be dealing with you, all right? He's going to be pulling you through the fire, okay? He's going to be leading you to get food and water and shelter, all right? He's going to be leading you all the way up into the chariots, man, all right? That's how you're going to know when the revelation of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach comes, whether or not you've been chosen or not, okay? When you get caught up into those chariots, you're going to know, okay, I've been chosen. I'm part of the elect. But up until then, you got to hope, man. You have to hope, okay? Because guess what? We don't know. We don't know whether or not we're chosen or we are the elect. We're hoping, okay? So let's read that again. 2nd Ezra 16 and 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Verse 74, 2 Ezra 16 and 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver ye from the same. So as soon as those troubles come, and they already here, the Lord is going to deliver his elect, man. He knows how to what? Save the elect, okay? And what? Preserve the wickedness for what? Judgment, okay? So he knows who his elect is, man. He knows who's out here putting forth their best effort and showing, okay? That's why we got to keep our what? Keep our mind girded, keep our minds girded up, man, okay? We got to keep our mind and our heart girded up in this truth, all right? Let me read that again. 1 Peter 1 and 13. Wherefore, gird up the loins, okay? The loins of your mind, all right? This truth, the thoughts, gird up your loins of your mind. Be sober, hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahawashi HaMashiach. You see? So it's all about balance, man. The Most High is not going to take us through something that he will not deliver us out of. Okay? That's what separates us from the others, man. We believe that. Okay? We believe that. We wouldn't be out here facing the elements if we didn't. So we believe, man. We have hope. Okay? We have hope. And what does it say about hope? Let me see if I can find that about hope. What's that? Romans? This is Romans 8 and 24. It reads, for we are saved by hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why do he yet hope for? We got to have faith, man. Okay? We're saved by hope. We're hoping. We're hoping we're part of that number. We're hoping the Lord chooses us, man. We're hoping that the Lord shows us mercy in that time, man. All right? And how are we hoping? We're girding up the loins of our heart, our mind, okay? With what? This truth, okay? So when that day comes, we'll be stable, okay? We won't be rocky. You know, we're building our foundation on that solid rock, which is Yahawashi, man. So that when those troubles come, we'll be steadfast. We won't be movable, all right? We'll understand this is why this is happening. We're going to understand this is all part of judgment. This is how we're going to get out of our captivity through what? This Jacob's trouble, man. Okay? So we got to hope, all right? So back to 2 Ezra 16 and verse 70, what was it? 74. It reads, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver ye from the same. Verse 75, be ye not afraid, neither doubt. You can't have doubt if you got hope. You see, they don't go hand in hand. Either you doubt or you got hope, man. You can't have both, okay? You may be cautious or worried, but you can't doubt the arm of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, man. You can't doubt it, okay? You got to have faith. You got to believe. You got to have hope, man. All right? You got to gird up the loins of your mind with this truth. That's what's going to keep you stable in these times that's coming. All right? So it says, verse 75, be not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. That's the best guide you could have. Going through Jacob's trouble, the Most High, through his only begotten son, Yahushua, is the only guide you should have. You shouldn't be leaning on any other guide other than Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So what? Gird up your loins right now, okay? Gird up the loins of your mind right now, which is in this truth. Wrap this truth around your mind, your heart, so that when everything comes crumbling down, you're going to be what? Stable-minded, okay? You're going to be what? Solid in this foundation, which is what? This truth, all right? This is what we're working for. This is what we're working towards for, all right? This truth. It says, verse 76, and the guide of them, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord power, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves, right? So we got to stay in this truth, man. We got to keep these commandments, these precepts to the best of our ability, all right? What does it say in Psalms 111? Let's read that. A good understanding. You can't have a sober mind and gird up your loins if you don't have a good understanding, okay? So let's go there in Psalms 111. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 111, and verse 10. It reads, the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endure forever. So you got to keep the commandments to the best of your ability to even have a good understanding, to even gird up the loins of your mind. All right? How are you going to know what to do if you don't have any idea, because you haven't been keeping the commandments during this time that you perceive as your own free will? When it's a time of grace and mercy, you're supposed to be keeping the commandments to the best of your ability. Okay? So you have a good understanding on why things are happening around you and why things are going to happen moving forward around you. Okay? But if you out here doing whatever you want to do, you know, freestyling, as they say, you won't have any idea. And which is why you're going to be caught off guard, which is why Yahushua says, behold, I come as a thief in the night. You see? People are going to really figure out what that means when he says he come as a thief in the night. Because why? They're going to be out partying, socializing, having a good time, doing whatever it is they do. Okay? And then what's going to happen? Yahushua is going to come when they least expect it. Okay? And then what's going to happen from there? They're going to get judged. All right? They're going to receive a gruesome and a harsh judgment, man. So what are we doing? We're telling our people right now to repent, okay? Keep these commandments to the best of your ability. And above all else, you got to have faith. You got to have hope, all right? Those times are fastly approaching. Now let's go to 1 Peter chapter 4, because we are going to be tried, man. This is what Jacob's trouble is about, okay? It's about who's going to receive mercy and salvation and up into those chariots, and who's going to be left down here to be what? Destroyed, okay? So this is 1 Peter. So 1 Peter 4. Because don't get it twisted, man. The elect is going to be tried as well, man. Okay? The elect, they're going to get tried too. It's just the only thing that's going to separate the elect from the non-elect is that the Most High is going to be dealing with them personally. He's going to be guiding them. He's going to be showing them the way throughout all this chaos, man. So this is 1 Peter. First Peter chapter 4. Let's start at verse 17. First Peter 4 and 17. It reads, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?" So judgment is going to begin with those of us that know the truth, that know we're the Israelites, that know the name of the Heavenly Father. How much more those that know and don't obey? Okay, so if we don't obey, our judgment is going to be even worse because we knew better. Okay, here it is, we out here preaching, we telling you to do this and do that, and then we don't, and we fall out. Guess what? We're going to receive more stripes. Our judgment is going to be worse. All right. It says, verse 18, "And if the righteous scarcely be saved," so we're going to just make it barely by the skin of our teeth. That's why we got to work out our own salvation with what? Fear and trembling, man. Okay? The Most High is enough for us to know that we got to fear him, man. Okay? We see the judgments that he do. These people perceive these judgments as being evil and wicked, but they're just. Because what? They've done evil things in the past. All right? Someone don't just get mowed down by a pickup truck because the Most High don't like them. No, that's a judgment for what they did in the past, whether their life now or their past life. Someone don't just lose their house in California because of the fire just went by. No, that's all part of the judgment, man. Okay? So if the righteous, it says, if the righteous scarcely be saved. Here it is, we the ones that fear the Most High. Okay? By our works, man, we fear the Most High. You see us trying to keep the law, statute, commandments to the best of our abilities. We're working out our own salvation with fear and trembling. And we're going to barely get by and make it because we're going to be tried and tested. It says, "And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?" So we already know the ungodly and the sinner, they're going to be left here to get what? Burned up by the what? The thermonuclear missiles, those ICBMs, okay? Let's go there and read that. Malachi 4 and verse 1. If we, the elect, those of us that are fighting to endure to the end, barely get by, hey, then what with the sinners? They're going to get burned up, man, okay? What you see in California is just a small sample of what's going to happen to all of America. What you see going on right now in California, picture that times 100 across all of America, man. Okay? And if you're not right with the Lord, guess what? You're going to be left down here to experience all of that. Let's go there. Malachi 4 and verse 1. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 4 and verse 1. It reads, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven." So there's a day that's coming that the Bible speaks of that's going to burn as an oven. Okay? And that's the day of the Lord, man, which is why people are going to be caught off guard. They're not going to be looking out for him. So when he comes, they're going to be, there's going to be gnashing of teeth. All right? Particularly here in the United States of America, man. This is Babylon the Great. Its sins has reached the heavens. So now the Most High is getting ready to pay this place a visit by the way of thermonuclear missiles, by the way of Russia, Iran, China, and other countries that have the capability to send missiles here to America, man. So it says the day of what? It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven." Have you ever stuck your hand in the oven just for a brief moment and you felt the heat? Well, this heat is going to be intensified times 100, man. Okay? So just imagine. Just imagine you took your hand and you tapped the top of the stove while you put it in the oven to move the pan out, and you feel that heat. That's gonna pale in comparison to what's coming. It says, "For behold, the day cometh," Malachi 4:1, "that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud." That's all you Israelites, along with you other heathens that don't want to repent, that say you too proud, that nobody can judge you, only God can judge you. Okay, well, we gonna see. Okay, we're gonna see in that day exactly how you're gonna get judged. It says, "and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly." Okay, you didn't want to repent. You thought you had till tomorrow to repent. You thought you could continue to live in your wicked ways, and then you could call on the Lord in the last day, not even having the true names to call on. So now here it is. You see the missiles coming from out in the sky, getting ready to hit, and you on your knees crying and begging and calling on fake Jesus and fake Allah and fake this instead of calling on Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You're gonna get that straight missile hit you straight down and blow everything up around you, including yourself. So it says, "and all that do wickedly shall be stubble." Stubble is pretty much like powder. Okay? So the missile is coming with such velocity and veracity that when it hits, it's gonna turn everything into stubble, man, including you. So it says, "and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up." So this is a terrible day for those that do wickedly, man. Okay, but this is a great day for those of us that are righteous, man. Because why? That's our salvation. That's when we're gonna get beamed up into those chariots, those so-called UFOs that now they say they see all over the country. Those are our vessels out of this place, man. Okay, that's how we get it up out of here, through those chariots, those so-called UFOs, UAPs. All right. It says, "and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." Okay. Now we know this is going into Esau Edom, the so-called white man, but guess what? If you tie yourself or hitch your wagon to his society, and you're gonna get the same judgment as him, man, and all the other nations as well. Okay? Verse 2. "But unto you that fear," check this out. Verse 2. Malachi 4 and verse 2. "But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings." Those chariots, man. Those of us that fear the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, guess what? The Son of Righteousness is going to rise with wings of healing. That's going to be those chariots that's going to cover the whole sky, man. Those of us that do right by the Lord is going to receive salvation, man. We're going to get beamed up into the chariots. While those who do wicked, well, guess what? Their payment, their punishment is to suffer here and to get beamed up. They get dismantled and turned into powder by those missiles, and also by the laser beams that's going to be getting shot out of those chariots, man. So it says, Malachi 4 and 2, "But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall." So we're gonna, matter of fact, let's get that in another translation. Malachi 4 and 2, let's get that in a different translation. This is Malachi chapter 4, and we're going to get it in a different translation. Malachi 4 and 2, we're going to read it in the ESV. It reads, "But for you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness shall rise with healing in his wings. You shall go out leaping like calves from the stall." So we're going to be excited, man. Here it is. We see it, our enemies and these other wicked ass Israelites and the other nations getting destroyed, and we getting beamed up, man. We're gonna go out leaping like a calf out of the stall, man. Just excited, man, that we made it, okay? That we made it, man. All right. So it says, verse 3, Malachi 4 and 3, "And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh of hosts." So the wicked, they're going to get turned into ashes, man. That day is coming like no other. We know it's Jacob's trouble, and it's going to lead to the demise of this place where everyone that's here, that's left, is going to be left neither root nor branch, and it's going to be turned to ashes, man. That's a horrendous judgment to have to face, man. To get turned into ashes, man. Verse 4, "Remember ye the law of Moses my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments." So a fear, we read it, Psalms 111 verse 10, "A good understanding is all they that do his commandments," okay? So we got to work at our own fear, we got to work at our own salvation with fear and trembling, man. Should we be worried about the ways of this world? No. We got to do what's pleasing in the eyes of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right? Does that consist of us going to New Year's Eve gatherings, worshiping fake idols? No. Does that include us going and celebrating Christmas? No. Does that include us going and celebrating any holiday and day that's not written of in this Bible? No. Okay, we got the high holy days we're supposed to keep according to this Bible, man. When you go celebrate these other holidays and you don't know what's rooted behind them, you're serving other idols, man. All right? You're serving other idols. And the Most High don't want to hear that you didn't know no better, because he's sending his servants, the prophets, out to warn you of these things, okay? So there's no excuse. Oh, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to serve Christmas. I didn't know I couldn't celebrate Christmas. I didn't know I couldn't celebrate my birthday. I didn't know I couldn't celebrate Valentine's Day. I didn't know I couldn't celebrate St. Patrick's Day, Easter, 4th of July. I didn't know that. That's no excuse, man. Okay? The service of the Most High is out here telling you that you're not supposed to serve anything that's not written of in this Bible, man. Okay? Exodus 20 and 3. "Thou shalt serve no other God before me." In your eyes, you think it's harmless, but that's why you can't lean on your own understanding. Go into what the word says, man. The word tells you you can't serve these other idols. So you got to put away your own understanding, man. Because your understanding to get you what? Taken out. We just read in 2nd Ezra 16 that the Most High is going to be our guide, man. We can't be making decisions on our own. That's why we open up with wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So if you fear the Lord, guess what? You're going to be trying to do everything that he tells you to do. And in return, that's going to be your treasure. That's going to keep you stable. In a time where people are going to be losing their minds, man. That's going to keep you stable-minded, all right? So let's read that again. Malachi 4 and verse 4. "Remember ye the law of Moses my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb, for all Israel with the statutes and judgments. Verse 5, behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh. He sent us Elijah, okay? By a man by the name of Abba Bibbins, okay? That's what his truth came from, okay? Elijah was Abba Bibbins, so he sent us him already. So now guess what? Every day proceeding after that is what? Moving towards the day of the Lord, which is this judgment, okay? Which is why these people don't understand what's going on and what's getting ready to go on. They think that's something that's in California, that's just a one-off. That'll never happen over here. I'll never go out and be partying and having a good time and have to worry about somebody getting in a truck and running everybody down the street. That'll never happen. That's somewhere up in New Orleans. That's somewhere up in California. That's somewhere up in Asheville, North Carolina, when that place got flooded. You never expect it to happen to you till it happened, man. That's why you gotta what? Gird up the loins of your mind. You gotta be prepared with this truth, okay? Verse 6, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So when Abba Bibbins, who was the reincarnation of Elijah, John the Baptist, he came and he gave us the warning, and he gave us the turning back to the Father. He gave us the name, and we have the name to call on, Yahweh. His name is not God. His name is not Yahweh. His name is not Jehovah. His name is Yahweh, which means he is. And his son name is Yahweh Shai, which means he is our salvation. And that is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, okay? And yes, he's a so-called black man. Look it up, Revelation 1, verses 13, down to about 14 and 15, okay? So we have the names to call on. The Most High is not unrighteous that he would leave us in a predicament that he wouldn't give us a way to make a way out of it. So he gave us the names to call on. So now that we have the right names to call on, we're going to use them in the time of that day, okay? So it says, verse 6, and he should turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to the fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So let's go to the book of James, chapter 5. Because you got some wealthy to do, well-off people that was affected by this, fire out there in Eaton, California, or the Palisades. And you got Jake that think that their money gonna save them, man. This is the book of James, chapter 5. Let's start at the top, verse 1. This is the book of James, chapter 5 and verse 1. It reads, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Right? So you rich men, you elite, the elites of this world, go ye now and weep and howl, because you can't deny this. You can't deny this truth, man. You can't deny what you see on YouTube and all these other social medias, okay? And more important, you can't deny what you see out here on the streets, okay? You may control what your mainstream media pushes, but you can't control what goes on out here in the streets, man. Everything is being controlled by Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. When he says it's time to bring in the word, and that's enough, then that's what we're going to be off the streets, okay? But until then, we're going to keep pushing this truth all the way into the end. Okay? That's our hope. All right? So it says, James 5 and verse 1. Go to now, ye rich man, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. And what we see in California is just a microcosm. Okay, you got celebrities that lost their houses, but that ain't gonna amount to nothing. Okay, what's getting ready to come and hit America, Babylon the Great, in totality all across. Okay, yeah, you may have your celebrities such as Mel Gibson and J.J. Redick and the Kardashians and a few others that lost their houses, but as regarding to these elites, they get ready to lose their kingdom, man. Okay? So it says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Right? How did you get your riches? By deceit. Okay? You didn't get them fair, you got them by deceit. All right? That's Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8. Let's look up that. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 8. It reads, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So that's how you came up, okay? You came up by deceit and injuries. You used the sword to push that Christian philosophy, that doctrine. If they didn't want to accept it, you would put them to death. Okay? So guess what? James 5 and 2 says, your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. This kingdom ain't gonna last forever, man. Okay? Your garments are moth-eaten. It's just temporary. Okay? You get ready to lose this kingdom, all right? And you see the writing on the wall. You can't deny it. You can't deny them chariots popping up everywhere, okay? You can't deny it, and people want to know what it is. People want to know, why are these chariots, these so-called UFOs, showing themselves more and more? And you wicked ass elites, you don't have an answer for it. So you're going to get Trump to come up with some type of excuse and say, what are the drones? But you're not addressing the 6,000-pound elephant in the room. What are the chariots? And why are they here for? And why are they here for? See, you ain't addressing that. But the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is addressing that. Those chariots spell your judgment. Okay? Those chariots popping up all over lets you know that it's time for you to get ready to get up out of here. They get ready to kick your ass up out of here. So James 5 and 2 says, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered. The rust of them shall be a witness against you. Right. That gold, that silver, it's going to turn into rust, man. It's going to be a witness towards you. Okay? You can't keep that forever. Okay? It's like it says, as never trust thy enemy, as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Okay? Your wickedness is inevitable. It's going to show. Okay? And we're seeing it right now. We're seeing the fruits of your wickedness being born throughout the whole earth. Okay, but more so, more so here in America, man. Okay, so we're seeing the fruits of the wicked being bared throughout the whole earth, man. You got same gender marriage. You know, you got all type of things that go in opposition to what the word says, man. And that's how you know the children of Israel is not in authority right now. Those 1948ers over there, those imposters, those aren't the children of Israel. Okay, they just fulfilling a prophecy. Okay, a bastard shall dwell in thy land. Those are bastards over there. Those are the people that land belong to. We belong to that land, but that land got to be cleansed before we go back there. So guess what? Yahweh is allowing them to stay over there until judgment. Zephaniah 3 and 8. Wait for me until I rise to the prey. Okay? Yahweh is doing everything according to his will. All right? So it says, James 5 and 3, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Right? So your wickedness is going to consume against you. It's going to eat your flesh as it were fire. And we're seeing all your wickedness, man, which is why you got to get taken out, okay? Which is why you're going to be taken out in a spectacular fashion. You're going to have missiles that take care of you, and the chariots going to be taking care of you, all right? And it's going to be all in spectacular fashion. Verse 3, it says, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Right. Here it is. You think you got all this treasure stored aside, you know, and the earth is a reflection of your greediness. You are the real niggard. Okay? The Niggard. Your what's the word of that? What's the word for niggard? Let me look that up. I can't just say it and skip by it. Let's look at that word niggard, okay? Because Esau is the real niggard. He heaps all his treasure to himself. Here it is. He could end world hunger, but he wants all the treasure to himself. That's the real niggard. Check out what it says.
Niggard.
It says niggard. It says a stingy or ungenerous person. Okay? That's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He's the true niggard. Okay? He's stingy. He's ungenerous. Okay? He's heaped all the treasures to himself, man. Okay? That's why the earth is in the condition that it's in right now. This niggard has kept all the treasure to himself, man. Okay? And it's evident. All right? It's evident. Just look how damn horrible this place is in, man. All right? Just look at the condition that it's in. It's a reflection on his owner who's in authority. We know, pursuant to Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked right now until Yahweh Shai comes back. So James 5 and verse 4 says, behold, let's go back up to 3 and finish it off. James 5:3, the last part of that, verse 3 says, ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Verse 4, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabbath. So here it is. You don't want to pay Jake. You have Jake working, slaving for 14 hours, and you barely give him enough to get by. You don't even give him enough to get by. Here it is. You can work. Here it is. You can work 16 damn hours, and you can't afford a place to stay at. Rent so damn high, man. You got to live with 4 people to afford rent, man. All because it's nigger, man. This stingy, this greedy ass Edomite, man. You got to work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, just so you can afford somewhere to stay at. All right. This is Esau Edom is the true nigger, man. The nigger. He's the true nigger. All right. Stingy, ungenerous person. Here it is. He done heaped up all the wealth in the world to himself, and he can't take it with him. All right, and he gonna cough it all up when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai comes back, man. So let's read that in let's read that in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 22. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 22, and verse 3. It's like in Jeremiah 22 and verse 13. Jeremiah 22 and 13, it reads, woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work. So woe meaning destruction, okay? To him that buildeth his houses and his chambers by unrighteousness. That's this man Esau Edom. Okay? He got to pay for that, man. Okay? He has to pay for that. All right? Here it is. He used you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans to build up his empire, primarily here in America, you know, with free labor. He had us in slavery, picking cotton, picking tobacco in the islands, picking rice, picking everything else, and did not give us our wages. Okay, he didn't pay us a fair wage, man. Okay, what did he give us? He gave us the damn straps, man. Here it is. Here it is. You to this day eat chitlins, man. The intestines of a pig. That's what they gave us back during slavery, man. And here it is, you glorifying it, eating it still to the day, man. Like it's a delicacy. All right? Chitlins, just the straps of whatever he didn't want. He gave it to us, man. And our people still eat it to this damn day like it's a damn delicacy, man. Chitlins. What else? What's another good one they like to eat? We already know about the ribs. Okay? So here it is, this man done had us build up his damn empire, and he didn't fairly pay us, man. So guess what? Yahweh's gonna pay his ass back, man. He's gonna recompense. Okay? Let's read that again. Jeremiah 22 and verse 13. It reads, woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work. So the Most High gonna give him some work, man. When we take their ass to slavery, we're gonna really put their ass to work. All right. So going back to James 5 and verse 4, it reads, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields." Who is it speaking of? Who are the laborers that reap down this man's field? The Israelites, okay? We work day and night to build this man's kingdom, man. It says, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud." Right? They used fraud, man. Okay? They didn't pay us a fair wage. They told us they told us we were everybody who we were except for who we were. We had to find out through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, through the Spirit, okay? Through the Holy Spirit, man. It says, "Which is of you," James 5 and verse 4, "which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them," the cries of who? The Israelites, the saints, "and the cries of them which have reaped are enter into the ears of the Lord of Sabbath." Right? Isaiah 59 and 1. Yahweh's hand is not short that it cannot save, or his ears not heavy that he cannot hear. But your iniquities have separated you from your Father. So now that we got the name, now that we turn it back to our Father, he's hearing all of our cries, man. Okay? Which is why this man is getting ready to be judged. Okay? Which is why judgment is getting ready to come on a mass scale throughout the whole earth. All right? Which is why we got to keep our mind girded. We got to keep our loins girded in this truth, man. It says, "Wherefore keep" what? Let's read it. 1 Peter 1 and 13. "Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober." Okay? Because what? The Most High is getting ready to pay this man back, man. All right? And if you don't have an idea of what's going on, guess what? You're going to be what they call, what do they call that? You're going to be what they call a casualty of war, or you're going to get hit with friendly fire, man. Hey, the Most High ain't taking no pity, man. "Oh, I didn't know." That's a damn lie. You knew. You just didn't care. So guess what? When the Most High judged these other nations, in particular Esau, Edom, you so-called Black, Latinos, Native Americans, if you haven't repent, guess what? You're going to get the judgment they're going to get as well, man. All right? So that's why we're saying, gird up your what? You got to keep reading that. Gird up the loins of your mind, the thoughts, the seed, the semen. That's what it goes into that word, loin. So gird up the loins of your mind. We read that word gird, tie up your garments so that they can't impede. They use that as an example. So you got to gird up the loins of your mind with this truth, man. You got to tie the thoughts of your mind with this truth. You got to continue to meditate on this truth, okay? So that you don't what? So that you don't stumble and become inebriated. You got to be sober with this word, okay? This is your peace of mind, this truth. This truth will be your peace of mind. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. If you think it's a game, man, you're going to see when it's at your front door, okay? You're going to see just how important this time is that we have right now to get ourselves together, man. Because the Most High is getting ready to make moves, man. All right? There hasn't been a dull moment yet. 2025, according to this man's calendar, it hasn't been a dull moment yet, man. And Trump hasn't even been inaugurated yet. Just wait a couple of more weeks till he get inaugurated. It's really gonna get turned up then. All right. So it says, James 4 and James 5 and 5. It says, "Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter." Right. So this man, he done lived a one-ton life, a carefree life. He didn't have to worry about anything. You know, he got all his riches by deceit and injuries. He don't think it ever end, man. His inward thoughts is that his houses will continue to go on. Okay? So when Yahushua steps up and comes into the picture, he ain't gonna know what to do. Matter of fact, him and along with the rest of his buddies of other nations, they're gonna turn their attention on Yahushua and look to fight him, pursuing the second Ezra 13. Okay? So this man ain't gonna have any idea of what to expect. And along with you other 2/3 and you other heathens, when Yahushua comes back, he's gonna catch a lot of you off guard, like a thief in the night. All right? So that's why we're telling our people, hey, gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober. Hey, a time like no others get ready to hit. If you ain't prepared, guess what? It's gonna show. So James 5:5, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Verse 6, ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doeth not resist you. Right. So here it is, we ain't did nothing to you, okay? But you killed us, all right? It says in Revelation 11, if I'm not mistaken, their dead bodies shall lie in the streets, man. You see, you unjustly, put us down, man. Okay, and guess what? The Most High allowed it to happen because why? He's gonna judge you back, okay? You're gonna get judged, all right? And that day is fastly approaching, man. What you had happen in California, that pales in comparison to what's getting ready to happen, okay? You're getting ready to have your whole kingdom taken up out of you, all right? You're getting ready to have your whole kingdom, as it says in 2nd Ezra 6:9, Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Where do we go at in Genesis? See, Jacob held down on Esau's heel. Guess what? You're getting ready to have your kingdom taken from up out of your hands, from up out of your foot. You're getting ready to have your kingdom taken from right up out of you, up under you, okay? And it's coming, whether you want to accept it or not, all right? It says, ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doeth not resist you. What does it say in Habakkuk 2? Habakkuk 2 and verse 12. Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk 2 and verse 12. It reads, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, establish a city by iniquity. Right. So this is how you paid us back, man, by blood, man. You build this town, this city, this America by what? By killing the Israelites, man. Okay, putting them to death. All right. This is your come up. So Rock 10 and 8. By you got this kingdom by injuries, by deceit, and by wrongful doings. So guess what? This kingdom is gonna be taken from up under you in the same manner, but worse, double. So let's read that in James 5 so we can get the context. James 5 and 5 reads, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Right. You meditated on killing us, man. You mowed us down in the streets. All right. You use laws and legislations to deem us 2/3 of a man. Okay. You treated us unfairly, unjust. Okay. And now you think under the name of Jesus, all is forgiven? Hell no, man. You gotta get paid back for that. Verse 6, James 5 and 6. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doeth not resist you. He didn't do anything, man. Okay. Revelation 11. Their dead bodies shall lie in the streets. Which is what? America, Babylon the Great. So Habakkuk 2 and 12 says what? Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. This is how you got to come up, man. By putting down a lot of our people, man, and the Lord didn't forget about it. Okay, it's just that we had to go through this for a time until we could get the names back. Now that we got the names back and calling on them, you see in your kingdom getting taken from one of your hands. Let's go to Numbers 35. Just in case you want to see how you're going to get taken out. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 33. It reads, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. Right. So you're not supposed to pollute the land where you are. But see, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he doesn't honor and value these laws, statutes, and commandments. This is why it wasn't given to him. He can't get right even if he wanted to. So guess what? Numbers 35 and 33, so ye should not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. So how do you pollute the land? By shedding blood on it, okay? It says, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So the only way this land can be cleansed is by the person that shed the blood has to have their blood shed, okay? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, came into authority, came into power by the way of the sword. That was his blessing. So guess what? He defiled a lot of land, man. He defiled all of America and other places as well. So guess what? He's going to get taken out in that same fashion, but worse, okay? A lot of blood will be shed when Yahushua comes back, man, okay? A lot of blood. Isaiah 63, verse 1. Who is that coming from Basra with his garments dyed red, man? Okay? He that is in his glorious apparel. When Yahushua comes back with the angels, it's gonna be doing some checking, man. Okay? When Yahushua comes back along with the host of heaven, it's to do checking, man. It's to put these other nations into captivity and to ultimately to do away with Esau, Edom, man. Okay? Let's go there and read that. Let's go to the book of Luke. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 12. This is Luke chapter 12 and verse 49. Red letters, Yahushua speaking. It reads, I am come to send fire on the earth. So Yahushua is coming, man, to send fire on the earth. Missiles, chariots shooting laser beams, okay? What you see in California is a microcosm, man. That's not even a taste. All right, He's coming to send fire on the earth. St. Luke 12:49. I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I, if it be already kindled? It's going to be fires and all type of chaos and all type of, chaotic scenes going on throughout the earth. People losing their minds. People, ravishing houses, taking people's wives and children and everything else. Complete chaos, man. Okay? Complete chaos. It says, St. Luke 12:49, I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I, if it be already kindled? Right. It's going to be already kindled, man. Yahushua comes back, he's going to finish it off, man. He's going to finish everything off, all right? All this, do as thy will, free will demon, he's going to do away with all that, man. Okay? He's going to put this place down, man. Babylon the Great America, Yahushua is going to finish this place off, man. Here it is. You got the missiles that's coming. But along top of that missile, you got Yahushua and the host of heaven, the chariots, along with Michael the Archangel, coming to destroy everything else, man. All right? And the place is already going to be in shambles. Okay? This place is already going to be in a state that's already getting destroyed. All right? But here it is. You got Yahushua coming back to even add more to it, man. All right? So how much more? It says, I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I, if it be already kindled? You see? Yahushua is coming to get things started, man. The party ain't going to get started till Yahushua comes. When Yahushua shows up and those clouds crack open and the chariots, those UFOs cover the whole earth, then the party gets started then. Judgment then will get started, all right? Until then, hey, we just got to sit back and be patient, man. Keep that sober mind. Keep our loins girded, okay? Until Yahushua comes. And then hope for the revelation of Yahushua Mashiach that he says, that's my faithful servant. That we get beamed up into the chariots. That's our hope, man. You can't doubt that. If you doubt that, you allow Satan to seep in. And you got to rebuke those thoughts, man. You got to rebuke those thoughts, okay? So 1 Peter 1:13, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind. Hey, you got to put all those thoughts into subjectivity of who? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Gird up those loins, those thoughts, that semen, those whatever it is. Gird them up, tie them up, put them into subjectivity to this word, man. Because if the righteous scarcely be, those of us that are fighting to endure, those of us that are fighting to endure to the end, we're gonna barely get by. So we gotta have this truth, man. We gotta gird up the loins of our mind and be sober, because we're gonna barely be able to get by. It ain't a give it. It ain't a give me. Just because you're in the truth. That's where judgment is gonna start at first. Those that know the truth. That's what judgment is gonna begin at first. So how much more when that comes our way, we gotta be prepared for it. All right? It's gonna be a test. Okay? Here it is, you out here preaching this word, and you may be the first one that get tested. 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. They come in, knock down the door, take you off to a FEMA camp somewhere. You gotta gird up the loins of your mind. Okay, I already know that was gonna happen. Isaiah 59:19, the enemy should come in like a flood. I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't know when, but it's already been foretold and prophesied, okay? So there's no reason why you should be getting nervous and getting rocky, Oh, we're gonna take you down to a FEMA camp. You see? And then what? They're gonna feed you idols, things being offered to idols. They're gonna offer you that chip. But what does it say? Be thou faithful unto the end, and thou shalt receive a crown of life. You see? This is what we have to do. We have to gird up the loins. We have to gird up the loins of our mind. It's going to come. You can count on it. Thus saith the Lord. Some of us will be taken down to these detention centers, these FEMA camps, whatever you want to call them. And we're going to be tried. Guess what? Some of us, when the enemy come in like a flood, it's going to be lifted up, a standard. You see? So we got to be prepared, man. Okay? We got to understand. These times that's getting ready to show and come to pass is to test and to try and to see whether or not you're going to make it through the fire. As gold, okay? While it seems like everybody is doing whatever they want to do, it's because as of now, they haven't been chosen, man. This is what you see going on. People going by, driving by, whatever. It's because they haven't been chosen, okay? We're praying and hoping that we've been chosen, all right? That's why we're working out our salvation with fear and trembling, okay? We understand. What does it say? Hebrews 10:31. The fear, what does it say? Man. Hebrews 10:31. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. So we working out our own salvation with fear and trembling, because why? It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the true and living power. So if he tap you on your shoulder and put you to the test, which everybody's gonna get put to the test, but if he gets you and you ain't ready, hey, guess what? You wasn't chosen. You wasn't the elect, man. And it's gonna begin with the elect first, man. Judgment must begin in the house of the Most High. So we're gonna be put to the test, man. All right. Some of us gonna be carted down, taken off to these detention centers. Some of us are gonna be beheaded. You know, it's all for the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem and Yahweh Shah, man. All right. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna gird up the loins of your mind by what? The way of this truth, by being sober. All right? Philippians 2:12. It says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So that's what we're doing in the absence, because the Spirit is here with us. So we're working out our own salvation with fear and trembling. We're hope, okay? We're hoping we're part of that number. All right, that's all we got, man. We don't got anything else but hope that the Most High is gonna be dealing with us in that time, man. By the way we're carrying ourselves right now. And this time where you're free to do whatever you want to do. You can smoke weed, you can have sex with whoever you want to, whether they married or not. You can eat whatever you want to eat. In a world where you give it anything you want to get, have, and do whatever you want to have, here it is. We're hoping and keeping everything according to what the word says, okay? Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept my word in patience, I will also keep thee in the hour of temptation. That's what we're hoping for, man. We're hoping that the Most High keeps us during the hour of temptation, that we don't have to take that chip, and that when Yahweh Shai comes back, we be revealed as the elect, and that we what? Receive salvation by the way of the chambers. Isaiah 26:20. Come into thy chambers and shut thy door as if it were for a while, and hide thyself as if the indignation pass over. Okay? That's what we're hoping for, man. That's why we out here doing the work. Okay? What else? What else? Why else would we be out here doing the work for, man? If we didn't hope, if we didn't have faith, you see, we're hoping that the Most High gives us and shows us mercy, and that He doesn't remove the Holy Spirit from off of us. Okay, because we get ready to go into a time like none other, man, where judgment is going to be on the left side and the right side. Let's go there and read that. 2nd Ezra. You ain't got no hope, man. Hey, all that proud and haughty spirit, that's gonna get taken up out of you. Okay? We going into a time that's gonna really make and break a lot of people out here, man. Okay? This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 7. This is 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 7. It reads, the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. So we get ready to come into some times that's really going to be really going to be able to try a lot of people, everybody. Okay, as if you have fire, a wall of fire on the right side, and deep water on the left side. And the entrance is so narrow, but only one person can make it through. Every brother, sister is going to have their own walk that they're going to have to go through by themselves, man. Philippians 2 and 12. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You're going to have fire on this side and deep water on that side. And all we're going to have is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai to get us through, man. That's it. That's all we're going to have, man. Don't get sidetracked. Don't look and see how deep that water is. Don't worry about if you can swim. You see, I don't know how to swim. That's what Yahweh Shai is for. What did he tell, who was that, Peter? To walk out on the sea? Have faith. That's what Yahweh Shai is there for. Okay? To walk with us. Yeah, the water gonna be deep. Yeah, we don't know how to swim. We know how to keep it. We know how to swim in His word, though. That's how you swim, by keeping His word. Okay? So you're gonna have deep waters, probably shark infested. Hey, you're gonna have fire on this side. We ain't got no fire retardant suit on. We ain't no firefighter. So what we gotta do? We gotta lean and trust on Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai to get us through, man. All right? We gotta gird up the loins of our mind and be what? Sober. You can't be inebriated or doubting yourself, and you got deep waters over here, and you got a wall of fire over here. Because if you're inebriated, you can't swim in that deep water. You're gonna drown. And if you're inebriated, you're gonna get burned up over here in the fire. Why? Because you're gonna be walking and stumbling, and you're gonna fall into that wall of fire over there. So what do you gotta do? You gotta be sober, man. You gotta gird up the loins of your mind with this word. All right? Verse 8, and one only path between them both. So the path is only narrow enough for one person to walk between them both. So you can't have your mama helping you out. You can't have your brother helping you out. You can't have your sister helping you out. You can't have your husband helping you out. You gotta have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's the only way. Okay? That's the only way. That's the only person that's gonna get you through that. Okay? You trying to call on anybody else, it ain't gonna work, man. You calling on Jesus, you calling on Allah, you calling on Buddha, you calling on Yahweh, you calling on Jehovah, Yahra, whatever, you gonna fall into them deep waters, man. You ain't gonna be able to swim. You gonna fall and get that fire over there, and you ain't gonna be able to get them flames off you. You gonna be trying to get them all out. Nope, they gonna consume you up, man. They gonna eat your flesh away. You fall into them deep waters, hey, that's it. You get over here in that fire, that's it. It says, verse 8, 2 Ezra 7:8, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. So only one man can make it through there. That's, hey, that's an elect man, all right? Only the elect is gonna be able to get through that path, man, all right? What does it say? Matthew 7:13. It says, wide is the gate to destruction. Let's read it. Get ready to close out. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse 13. It reads, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. You see? So you're gonna have a lot of people going over there into the deep waters, and you got a lot of people already in the deep waters, drowning, calling on Jesus. And you got people over here in the fire getting their ass burned up, man, calling on Allah. You see? We were once in that deep water, in that fire, and we had to call on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and he pulled us up out of the fire, and he pulled us from out of the water, okay? It says, wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Verse 14, St. Matthew 7:14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Everyone can't find their way through that straight gate, man. They get scared of that water over there. They see that water. Look how deep that water is. What's that? A great white? They fall off, man. Wide is the gate. They fall into that water, man. You know, over here they look and say, damn, look at that fire right there. They get nervous. They run into the fire, and it consumes them. So it says, straight is the gate, and it says what? It says, straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So narrow is the way, man. You got to keep on that straight, narrow path, man. You got to keep that eye single. You look around to the left and to the right and start looking around, you start getting nervous. All the while you had Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai guiding you. But you wanted to take your eye off the prize and look. And then you seen fire. You seen deep waters. You got nervous, man. You gave up. Judgment is going to begin at the house of the Lord, man. Gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober. All right? This ain't a damn joke, man. These days are coming where you're going to have to be able to go back and reflect on your teachings, your learnings, calling on the names, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Get me through this if it be your will. Abaratazah. Because you're going to have fire and deep waters, man. Judgment is coming. Judgment is coming with those that know the truth first, man. And we going to be scarcely making it. Them damn wicked 2/3 and the rest of the heathens, they already gone, man. They don't even got a chance, man. Them missiles are already coming here to get them no matter what. Ain't no heathen, no natural born heathen Gentile is going to be able to receive salvation. They already judged. Their judgment is already written for them already. Slavery, captivity. But those of us that are fighting to endure to the end, guess what? Judgment is going to begin with us, man. And if we fall out, that's it, man. We deserve whatever punishment it is that we get, man. That's why we throwing and groveling at the feet of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah that he shows us mercy, man. We don't got anything else but hope. We praying and hoping that we part of that number, man. That's why we doing what we doing in fear and trembling. We're working out our own salvation, man. We could be doing everything else in the world that other people are doing, but we understand the severity of what's getting ready to come, man. So what we got to do, we got to gird up our loins. Gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober, all right? It's serious, man. You talking about your salvation. You're going to hear a lot of grown-ass men weeping and hollering like a woman in travail. You ever heard a grown man cry before? It don't sound good, man. Help, help. Here it is, them tough-ass motherfuckers that's claiming to be so hard. You know, they fight, they do everything else, but what's getting ready to come is going to even make their ass look like a little child, man. So how much more us, man? We got to continue to stay fearful and continue to work out our own salvation, man, with fear and trembling, all right? Because it's coming, okay? So I think that's going to be about it, all right? With that being said, we're going to turn and face the east and give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, right? Shalom to the elect. Until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, shalom, peace.